Hi everybody, this is Lara at pureelliottwave.com. I'm going to look at a new cryptocurrency today. I'm going to look at Veracity. I've just downloaded my data from Yahoo Finance and I've just checked on stock charts, and I don't think stock charts have Veracity. So let's import the data, file, chart, import data, add CSV format, find it, there's the file, open, uncheck these, import. This is new, so I have to set it up. I'm just going to leave this all without selecting anything. Yes, it is new, so I want to create it. And that's it. And here we are. I'm just going to get rid of volume here. Okay. Elliott wave analysis first, and then I'll do some classic analysis on the motive wave chart because stock charts don't have it. But I want to look at some classic analysis. This one interests me because it's super cheap and it's well below it's in what could be its first wave price territory. Let's take a look at the weekly chart first to start off the wave count, and let's see. We need to view this on a semi-log scale because this is a market which is exhibiting exponential growth, and so the correct scale to view it is log or semi-log, and I'm doing semi-log because that's the only option. I've got arithmetic or semi-log. I don't have a full log scale option. That's pretty much the only reason I'm not using it, because I can't. Let's bring some Elliott wave labels in here. I want to see if this one is exhibiting Elliott wave structures, and the only way to find that out is to have a go. Let's start at probably primary degree for this. I'm going to start the count at the low here. I think actually, let's get all of this up here. I think that a first wave might be incomplete actually. I put this here, but that looks a bit like a 3, so I want to check that's on a lower time frame. And I think I want to put this here. Oh no. Oh, okay, that's actually better. So if this is here, okay, so we could have 3, 4. Oh yeah, okay, this looks better. Okay, that's the rough count. That's pretty rough. Now I need to look at some detail to see if these subdivisions fit. And then when I've done that, I'll do some classic analysis. Oh, excuse me, where's my labeling? Okay, I've done that wrong, sorry. Let's just delete that. Yes. Why has it done that again? Oh, why is this untitled? Rename weekly. That's weird. Okay. Sorry, that didn't work. Let's do that again. Why is that not working? Motive wave, what are you doing? Oh, for goodness sake, how annoying. Oh, whatever. God. Where are all my labels? What have you done with my labels? Have you done with my data? Oh, this is not starting out very well. Motive wave's usually better than this, but okay, let's just chuck those labels in here as well, I suppose. I'm just going to have to. Degree, primary. Let's put this all the way up here. We've got primary 1 incomplete. Intermediate 1 here. I need to check that that is actually a 5. It looks like a 3. Okay, now we can go down to daily and look at some detail. Okay, first things first, let's check back here. Now the volume may not have been sufficient all the way back here within intermediate wave 1 for this to exhibit good looking Fibonacci structures. It's the later movements I'm really looking at. I think, what if we had this here? That looks okay. Yeah, okay. That'll do. No. Oh, I think this is probably a double zigzag. Except the second zigzag hasn't moved price deeper really. This is 3 zeros 242 in this low here. 3 zeros 245. It really hasn't. Now let's bring ABC back in. I think this is probably some kind of... Oh, this might be a combination. Oh yeah, okay. That's better. So this might be a zigzag. Yeah, possibly. I'm just looking at the subdivisions here within minute A, and I think I want to see this here, and I think I want to see 4 as a combination. Is subnuit Y a flat correction? Possibly. X, that looks pretty good. A looks like a pretty good 5. No, I have this down here. And I have this here. Is minor Y a flat correction? Is B 90% the length of A? It looks like it might be a bit close. Let's do a quick calculation. Oh no, it's only 83%. So intermediate 2 technically could be a double zigzag, but the second zigzag hasn't really deepened the correction by much. It has deepened the correction, but it doesn't look like a very good double zigzag. Well, it meets all the rules, it just doesn't have exactly the right look. Moving on. I don't think this is going to work as a 5 at all. If it is, it's a leading diagonal. You know, you can't have that there. Now that's not going to overlap. Or is it? Oh, that actually does work. Not very well. This could be a leading diagonal. Within a leading diagonal, subwaves 2 and 4 may only subdivide as zigzags. Subwaves 1, 3 and 5 are most commonly zigzags, but they can also be impulses. And if one of them is going to be an impulse, it's usually the third wave. So this could work, except the diagonal trend line's adhered to really nicely here, but it's overshot here. Tiny overshoot here, but it's actually breached here. That's a really quite an unusual look. I'm just going to check that the diagonal trend lines are indeed diverging. Oh no. So I'm going to bring this trend line in and then just move it over, and oh goodness, they're almost parallel, aren't they? Diverging ever so slightly. So again, meets the rules, just doesn't have quite the right look. I suspect volume back here wasn't good enough. This looks absolutely fine as an impulse though. No, put that here. There's an extended third wave in the middle here. Oh. There's a disproportionate. Oh, I see. Yeah, I want to do this. Yeah, and then I want to do this. And then here, this looks good. Okay, there we go. Yep, that looks good. 4, is this over? Huh. What is happening here? Is this a single or double zigzag? It's one or the other. I think it might be a double. Let's try a double. No, I think I want to put this here. And then this here. Yep, and then is this an ending diagonal? I'm just checking the wavelengths. Yeah, 3 is shorter than 1, and 5 is shorter than 3, and 4 is technically shorter than 2, but are the trend lines going to? No. The trend lines diverge, they don't converge. The wavelengths suggest. Oh my god, my nose is so bad. I'm just sitting here dripping blood everywhere. Okay, that is not a double zigzag. Let's try a single zigzag. Well, we've got the same problem. Wow, and now we've got more problems with overlapping. There's an overlap here. I'd want to put this here. One looks like a pretty good impulse. Oh, what if we have this here? Is that gonna work? What if 3 was here? There's still an overlap. That's not solving anything. Okay, it's not a double, it's not a single. Could it be a triple zigzag? Ah, yeah, that could work. I like this as a 5-wave impulse. This looks like an impulse. Looks like a pretty good... Oh, hang on. Well, okay. Well, that makes all the difference, doesn't it? Didn't have that at the high. Oh my goodness. I know it doesn't look so good. Now I want to put this here and this here. I can see an impulse here. Oh yeah, okay, this has to go here, and then here we have an extended 5th wave to end a 3rd wave. Perfect, okay, that's great. So now this changes 4. Well, A still looks pretty good, that's fine. X, this X, flat correction, or some kind of, no. I have to put this here. X is no, I don't like that at all now, because Y doesn't move beyond the end of W. It's not a, oh well it does actually, very slightly. 9411 is below 9421. Okay, well, again, meets the rules, but it doesn't have quite the right look. That's okay. I suspect the volume back here is just not big enough for decent Elliott wave structures. So if I did invest in this one, which I think I might chuck a little bit of money at it, I'm going to be using classic analysis and not a heavy reliance on Elliott wave for this one. And is 4 over? I think I'd want to put a here, that's not going to work. Okay, enough with the Elliott wave. Let's open a new chart. And we'll have this empty. Let's look at daily. And let's bring in some technicals. Oh, excuse me, why will you not make my line yellow? Why do you keep reverting it? What is wrong here? Apply. Update. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm so tired. Why will you not make my line yellow? Line. Oh, well, that's why you... Oh, there you go. Okay. 13-day moving average. And then we'll have 55, and I'll make that purple. And then we'll have 200, and I'll make that green, usually lime. Okay, short, medium and long. Well, it's kind of in flux. Leaning bullish because the midterm is above the short term. Okay, what else do we want? On balance volume, and we want RSI, all the defaults, and we want ADX. Yep. And finally, stochastics. Where's stochastics? we are. Have I got ATR? No, I want ATR as well. Need to have more room for on-balance volume to bring in some trend lines. Oh, that's interesting. From here to here. That's there. I don't feel well at all, actually. Oh, where are you, Caesar? I'm so hot. I think I've got COVID. Oh no, actually serious. I do. Okay, the moving average situation is overall bullish but not fully so. The price is low below the mid and long. Oh, I don't feel well at all. I feel really hot. My head doesn't feel very good. I've got COVID.
No.
I probably have, actually.
Yeah, I feel well relaxed. You have symptoms.
Okay, the moving average situation is overall bullish but not fully so. The mid-term average is above the long, that's the green. The short is above both, price is below both. The long-term average remains positively sloped. So because the mid-term 55-day moving average is above, why have I got 200 and 2? No, I want 200. It doesn't make much difference. It'll still be the same. Update. That's better. So because the mid-term is above the long-term and the long-term remains positively sloped, the moving average situation is overall bullish but not fully so because price is below both. The last signal on balance volume gave was bearish with a break below support. RSI reached oversold here. Oh, there's a little bit of bullish divergence here. This low here is 0.030087 and this low here is 0.023409. Let's bring some trend lines in here. There's a little bit of weak bullish divergence here. Price has made new lows, but RSI has failed to make corresponding new lows, indicates some weakness in price. So this is a little bit of bullish divergence. The divergence on RSI is fairly clear. For price, not so much. So a bullish signal from RSI. The last signal from on balance volume was bearish, but that may have been resolved with further downwards movement. I think that would be. The bearish signal came here, and then prices made new lows, so I'd consider that resolved. This is unresolved, and RSI is in neutral territory. ADX is declining, saying the prior downward trend may have ended. It did reach extreme here, not as extreme as a trend can reach for this market. Let's see how high this got. For this upward trend, very extreme for quite a long time. For this downward trend, not nearly as extreme. So no clear trend, stochastics and RSI neutral, ATR declining as price falls. There's a little bit of weakness in this downward movement. No bullish candlestick pattern from the low yet, but we are starting to see volume supporting upward movement. At the high, this was the strongest volume here, and at the all-time high here, volume did decline. No bearish candlestick pattern at the high though. Downward volume starts to dominate, but then here upward volume dominated. This is not as clear as you would like. I would lean overall bullish for Veracity at the moment, and I think I might be tempted to put a little bit of money in it, not much at all, just $100 or $200, chuck it at it, and then let it sit for a few years in my ever-growing portfolio of altcoins. That's my analysis for Veracity. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support, and I appreciate your engagement.